Director's cut. You guys should all be on the screen. This one here will be one of the most valuable things you learn today because I'm going to show you how to make videos. And as it says here, if you ain't making videos, you ain't making money. Point being that most social media is video-based content. Video-based content does the best. It keeps the most attention. It's the easiest to consume. It's just better. All right. And people get to see your personality and your flair, and you're really showcasing your authority when you do video because they can see you. Anyone can write anything, but how to show you know stuff is doing videos. Like I don't have a page of I'm not reading a script right now, right? I know what I'm talking about, so I can talk about it. So with your videos, this is how you really showcase authority more than writing does. There's a time and place for writing for sure, but videos better. So the first thing, and this simple framework is just who, what, why, how, now. Any video you make, I don't care if it's an ad, I don't care if it's a training video for staff, who, what, why, how, now. Okay, who are you? Introduce yourself. That's the first thing you need to do. Hey everybody, it's James here. That's it. That's my introduction, right? The next, what? Introduce the topic. And today I'm talking about X. Done. Next, why? Link to the topic and link it to their frustration, their fear, their want, their aspiration. Okay, so why does this matter? Hey everybody, it's James here. In this video, I'm running you through the 3 simple ways you can eliminate back pain. Why am I doing this? You can literally say, the reason I'm making this video is so many people get this wrong. Or you can say the 3 ways to eliminate your back pain. The first is neck stretches. The reason we start with stretches is because, and this is where you give an explainer. This is that kind of interest desire section of the copywriting, the copy hero framework I gave you. You've got to reel them in as to why I need to keep watching the video. The why makes them justify spending their time on your video. Okay. How is where you explain the thing. So with the why, it's like in this video, I'm running you through the 3 ways to fix neck pain without drugs. Too many people use drugs and they're bad. That's the why. How is the thing. Okay. So in this case, it's like the meat of the video, right? If I'm talking about 3 stretches, the how should be the biggest section where I'm talking about the 3 stretches. Okay. If I'm talking about why drugs are bad, the meat of it will be why drugs are bad. The why section was linking to their reality and why they should pay attention. Make sense? The last bit is now, call to action. What's the next step? Great, I've learned about the 3 things. The hell do I do now? This is where you call them to action. Every piece of content you have should have a call to action. It could be as simple as, let me know in the comments what you think, and I'd love to hear, if you have headaches, where do you get your headaches? Front, back of your head? Let me know in the comments. That can be a call to action. Call to action could be, I've actually gone and created a very in-depth guide showing you exactly what to do to eliminate headaches. If you want to copy, comment below. Click the link. If you want to copy, join my group, right? And this is where we call them to action. If this is you and you want to finally get to the bottom of your problem and have a professional take a look, schedule a consultation. There'll be a link around this video. I never say there'll be a link above or below the video because it depends on where I put it on the page. I'll say there'll be a link around this video. Click it, schedule a consultation, let's chat. And so we call them to action at the end. Simple as that. If you've ever wondered how to make really good videos, it's just this. Who are you? What are you talking about? Why does it matter to the person? Explain the thing, the point of the video, and then call them to action. What's the next step for them? The next step might not be a consultation like we'll talk about today. It might be to watch something else, but what's the next step? And I've given you a checklist on the right-hand side. Okay. The checklist is the obvious stuff you need if you want your videos to be effective. All right. First is a good camera. Don't record your videos on a potato. Okay. Just get a nice phone or something. Get a camera. Most of our webcams are horrible. Typically our phone is good enough. Put it on a stand. The next is a good mic. You can get away with bad video, but if your microphone is horrible, nobody's going to watch that video. Great video, horrible audio, it's painful. Horrible video. You've ever seen one of those videos that's like this, but it still sounds okay? You'll pay attention to that more than you will if the audio is bad. Good lighting. You want to have light on your face. 45 degrees ideally. I've got two lights. I've got my key light here, and I've got my fill light that just makes me, like if I block it out, I look a bit more dark. It's just to make it less like a mood lighting. If I turn that off, it'd be a bit more mood lighting, right? I don't have really bright lights behind me because then I'll go dark, okay? If I have really bright light on my front, I'm quite white. I'm going to get like bleached, right? Delcy, tanner skin, light behind her, going to look really dark. It's not going to work, right? Anybody light behind you doesn't work, but just understand your situation. The other thing is natural light's better too than having horrible.
I was just going to say that natural light coming from the front is better than just one side or from the back. Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing, tidy background. Clean your room, guys. Like, don't have weird stuff out. You can look up the funny videos of people who've left inappropriate things in the background of their videos or stuff they just didn't realize was there. Let's not do that, but more so, let's just make sure that we have a nice background that looks professional for who we are. The next is doing a sound check. Make sure your sound works. So record something first, hear what it sounds like. Don't record it and then go, shit, I spent 45 minutes recording that training live and it sounded horrible. I had the wrong mic selected. No one could hear me. It was all muffled because my microphone was in my shirt. Do a check. The next is camera 10 degrees above eye line. Like, I'm looking at you guys because I'm trying to engage with you and just how my camera is positioned. But ideally, I'd be looking at the screen like this when I'm recording a video. And it's slightly above or below my eye line. If it's too directly on my eye line, it's kind of weird. You want it to be a slight angle, depending on, you can get fancy about it. You can YouTube this stuff, but essentially, ideally, I like it slightly above, so it's not me looking down onto the camera.
And I also think there's a rule where I think like the top of the camera, I think there's like 4 or 3 finger space. So try not to be like that where.
Well, that's positioning. Right. Yeah, positioning is important. Don't be like this in your videos. Okay, a lot of you guys do that, or you're like this in the video. Like, you've got to have a little bit of a gap so that it creates some depth. Be off the wall too. Don't be up against the wall. It looks horrible. If you have a gap between, like me, I've got like maybe, what do you guys have in feet? 6 feet between me and the wall. So it creates some depth in the video. But with the angle is important too. So it's not just, am I in the shot, but is the angle right for eye line? So when you're holding your phone, for example, hold it slightly above your eyes. Look at the camera, not yourself. Too many people make videos and they're like looking at themselves in it and it looks stupid. Okay. Because you can see that you're not looking at the camera. Like, you're like kind of like this doing the video, right? Look at the camera. It's distracting. If you need to, just turn the phone over, so you're not looking at yourself. Like, here I'm looking at the camera. Here I'm looking at my face on my flip up camera. Can you guys tell the difference? That's me looking at my face, and now I'm looking at the camera. It's just more engaging. And if you're on your phone, what most people do is the camera's here and they're looking at themselves here. Turn it over so you can only look at the camera if you're getting distracted. Know your points. Know what you're going to say, guys. Please don't turn up to videos and be umming and ahhing and don't know what you're going to talk about. Write it down, practice it. I'm going to talk about these 3 things, visualize them, know what you're going to talk about so it sounds more smooth. And as you get more practice, like, I don't know what I'm going to say next, but I can riff because I've done this enough. Until you're able to just riff, you need to know what you're going to talk about. Otherwise, it's really awkward. Visualize a client. You're not making a video, guys. You're talking to people. So imagine that client in front of you and you're talking to them. Like, if I'm making a video and it's about, I don't know, I'm making this up, marketing, and I'm thinking about Tom. I'm looking at Tom in my camera and I'm talking to Tom about his marketing. I'm not talking to you guys about marketing, so to speak. Now, even when I'm doing this, like, I'm just eat my words here. I'm talking to you guys, but you guys all fit into a demographic of who my client is. And I'm a bit more practiced at it. But as I'm looking around, I'm tailoring what I'm saying in nuances as I look at people. I'm looking at Rachel, I'm looking at Joni, and I'm tweaking what I'm saying slightly. So know who you're talking to when you're doing it. Don't talk generally, because it's the same thing as making a lead magnet or a headline. If it's not specific, no one's paying attention. And the genuineness comes across a lot more when you're talking to a person in your video or in this presentation than I'm like presenting like I'm some kind of authority on the stage and you people should listen to me, right? I'm more at your level. You're going to consume it better. Record. Yeah.
Sorry. Keep in mind that it's a conversation you're having, not doing a presentation. Yeah.
I'm actually trying to get you guys to learn some stuff and do some stuff. So I'm changing my tone of voice. I'm moving. I'm using hand gestures. I'm looking around. I'm doing this to engage with the people that are here. So you feel like I'm talking to you rather than I'm just presenting, and whether you're there or not doesn't matter. Same thing with making a video. You're talking to that person. You're pointing at the camera. You're using inflections in your voice, all of that stuff. One thing I'll say on that is you want to go more energy than normal. Like I'm not like this 24/7, right? But I'll rephrase. To you guys, the level of energy that's coming through the camera is me. But I personally have to go above that because the camera flattens the energy. Like if I'm just talking like a normal person and we were just meeting and having a chat, I appear super flat, no emotion, like is he okay? Whereas if I go 125%, 150%, it comes across as more normal and entertaining to you watching it than if I'm just showing up. There's nothing worse than, hey guys, I'm going to do a video and talk to you about some stuff. It's like you got to sell it with your energy. Put the energy out there because the video is going to destroy it. You're not like that. When you watch your videos, you're like, man, I look boring. You're not like that. It's just the video is doing it. So go a bit more so the video will tone it back down. Record for the rubbish. I love this one. Or the bin, or what do you guys call it in America? Trash can. Record for any of the above, meaning you're making it for the purpose of deleting it. If you can get past the fears and the worries and you can just make stuff, it's going to be much better. So if you record knowing that you're not going to publish it, who cares, right? And say, no one's going to see this. Great, just going to delete it. And so you can make 17 videos and worry about none of them because you're going to delete them. What happens invariably is that you make a video and you're like, damn, that was a good one. I kind of want to share that one. But I'm said I'm going to delete it. I don't want to delete this one. And suddenly you're able to find your rhythm of just making good content because you're not worried about publishing it. You're just focusing on making good content for the person that you're talking to. So I'm not worried if this is perfect. I'm thinking about, does this make sense for the people who are listening to it? And I've done this thousands of times, so I can just do it in one take with no practice, right? Give me a topic, put me on stage, I'll talk about it. I used to be horrible at public speaking and making videos. Horrible. Paranoid and freaked out, anxious. I came last in the class in university for doing health presentations, right? And now I do it for a living because I knew I had to, and I just started making stuff and deleting it. And then I got good at it through repetition. So make it with the intention of deleting it because then you're not stressed about the outcome. All right. Last thing is have your game face on. You're here to entertain. You're here to educate. You're here to get people to take action. So you want to be jumping into this video with the right frame of mind, the right state, not thinking, oh God, I got to do another video. Think, great, I get another opportunity to show people why they need to come and work with me so I can change their life. Get into state, show up emotionally, make the video influence people, and your content will turn out a million times better.